A Jew must learn to defend himself. He must forever be prepared for whatever threat looms. A Jew must not only learn to defend himself, a Jew must have the right to defend himself. In fact, according to our Torah sources, a Jew has the obligation to defend not only himself, but to defend the innocent. Part of what it means to be a Jew is to love life. These are values that we share as Americans. They're part of our Judeo-Christian tradition upon which our country was founded, the love of life. If you look in the book of Deuteronomy, we're given one of Moses' greatest prophecies. Moses is told, "Behold, I have put before you today a choice, the choice between blessings and life or curses and death." And Moses is told by God, choose life. Do I need prophecy for that one? Do we need prophets to tell us to choose life? Apparently we do. Apparently we do. Apparently the right to defend ourselves is not recognized as God-given in all of the United States. Apparently the words, "the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed," are not clear in some parts of the United States. We may not like the idea of weapons. We may not like guns. But weapons, guns, are tools. They're neither good nor evil. They're tools, and they become good or evil in the hands of the user. As tools to defend freedom, they are tools for the good. As tools used to defend the innocent from harm, righteous self-defense is a right of every human being. But as tools to attack others, they are evil. Airplanes became a tool for evil on September 11th, as can any other tool we as human beings create. But the dignity of the human being must be respected, and part of that dignity is the right to defend ourselves.
I mentioned, of course, Second Amendment, the right to defense, to armed defense. That's, of course, the terminology that we use in the United States to discuss the issue. Could you, if you will, just very briefly outline the Jewish or the Torah viewpoint on the use of defense, of affirmative, proactive defense? This is often something that I find is misunderstood. A moral, religious, kind, life-loving person somehow is assumed to be passive. Perhaps you could just speak to that.
Sure. Thank you for asking the question. The sixth commandment does not say, "Thou shalt not kill." That's a mistranslation. The sixth commandment says, "Thou shalt not murder." I don't know what the source is of the mistranslation, but the Hebrew word for murder and kill are very, very different. And the commandment is very clear, "Thou shalt not murder." In Torah law, in Jewish law, one of those 613 commandments that I mentioned is the commandment to defend yourself. It comes as a mitzvah, as a commandment from the book of Exodus. We are told there about a robber who is sneaking into a home and is caught sneaking into the home. So the homeowner is in their home at night and finds someone in the home uninvited who has broken in. Do they have a right to use force against that person? Do they first have to politely ask the person, "Excuse me, would you mind telling me what you're doing here?" So according to Torah law, if someone breaks into your house in the middle of the night, that person has already indicated to you their desire to do bodily harm. And you have not only the right, but the obligation to defend yourself and your family using even deadly force to prevent that bodily harm. From this, we actually learn out a rule. The rule is, "Habar lahargacha, hashken lahargo." One who comes to kill you, preemptively strike him first. When an adversary's intentions are clear, when that person is openly out to do bodily harm to the innocent, we as Jews have a mitzvah to prevent that from happening, to defend the innocent, to defend ourselves, to protect life. This, by the way, is part of loving life. People who love life must love life enough to be willing to fight to defend it, using even deadly force if necessary. Did I clarify your question for you?
Thank you.
Welcome.